This is day 1448 of Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. There were many casualties in Gaza. Today we're doing Yor Day Simon Samazain, Sif Kod and Kuf and Ches, Kuf Samach Dalet. Kuf and Ches, Ritzia, the piercing of the ear of the Yabid. Sibra Tabu Gomer. Any other Makro basin, it's only applies to somebody sold by a basin. Have a Mokrat later in the answer. Somebody sold himself. Doesn't get pierced, ear pierced. Selection Makro basin, only basin sold in Vavad Sheish. He worked for 6 years. Already worked for 6 years. Man, so he doesn't want to leave Milton, so we pierce his ear. But Obed Ad Yovel works until the Yovel comes on his son until his master dies of no Yorish, and his the son of the original master. Any Yochlitzar can't pierce the ear. The Ksiba Avado Lam is forever. The Toshim Vavado Lo. It serves him, not his son. Hope no. Came ever have a coin. And it's a coin who was if the coin who was an Evet, doesn't get his ears pierced by nation as a Balmu because of Balmu. Le Mutar Aveda by Mikdash. And he won't be able to go serving his Mikdash. It says, Vashal Mishlosh go back to his family. To the status which previously held. The Hashem sub parabase Makos Le Mishpachto Usha Ben Usha Makashir Ziku Avosav. It seems a little bit contradictory, right? It says that he goes back to his family, but not to his whatever his father's position they held. But not to the same position that is the authority which his father had. So I guess he can go back to the sermon base Hamikdash, but perhaps if his father was a gizbar, he can't be a gizbar. Shatam near came to never shvela. It seems that perhaps because he actually that wouldn't apply anyway, because coin does not. No, by the time the near came to never shvela shebikash lavod ode. Sounds like the only reason that a regular Evet Ivri can't go back to the same status he had. So an Evet who's nirza, who can't go back to the same status he had, and that's why a Kohen can't become nirza because he wouldn't be able to go back to the Beit Hamikdash. But a regular Yisrael, it's not he does go back to the same status, but so what? But time here, the came of the never shveilas is the reason he's been since he is a lowlife. Shabigash labod oats, he wants to work more as a slave. Eno kadai lios memunah is a davar. It's he's not worthy of being an authority over some matter. Kufan test, how do they pierce the ear? Ram writes, how do they pierce the ear? Navi the basin, Shoshosh, bring the basin of 3 people. V'omer, Dvarav name, and he says his words in front of them. Begisha self sheish, and bring them at the end of the 6 years. Let's say before 6 years are up. Begisha self sheish, thus brings them to the door or the mezuzah, to a post. Shen done bring them when they're standing in the structure. Ben del's mezuzah, whether it's the door or the doorpost of the master, Ben them or anybody else. No Gavas doesn't mean this, and he pierces right here. Begufa shel ozen in the substance of the ear, not in the lobe. The substance, not in the lobe, substance of the ear. But a Matzeh tells with an all, AWL, a metal, actually until he reaches the ear. Shneimar ben Nasnova, put in his ear and in the door. Mezuzah, it doesn't say mezuzah. Mezuzah has to silly be the doorpost. And show me Bain, 8 Sodaus, Bain, 8 mezuzah. You can say whether the door or by the doorpost, but the doorpost is standing after so to the door, not when it's detached, rather when it's standing. But the piercing can take place in the door, even has no doorpost. The master himself pierces the ear. It says, master pierces the ear, not his son, nor his agent, basin, nor an agent basin. You don't pierce the ears of 2 slaves together. They don't do mitzvahs in bundles. Before midvar, it's good from the Rambam. The immediate cholios bainet, so dallas bainet, so it's done whether by the door or by the doorpost. Aritzia rock bedelis. That's how he explains the Rambam. Not the standing. Okay. That's the mitzvah, has to be in the door. And it's in Mishemach, right? So, Chen Heidi Mechilta, it's explicit Mechilta, I would say Rak Badelas. The person is on the door. The mezuzah not in the mezuzah. Chen Pir Shrash B'chumash. Rashi says that the Chumash is well. Ach the Masha Shom the mezuzah Lasi Rak Lekish the Mul Yosef, but found the what I'm saying is that well, I guess I didn't read it in depth. The mezuzah is only coming to imply that the door has to be that standing. Not more than that. I guess actually, you know what? That's true. The mezuzah comes to us that the door has to be standing, but it has to be in the door. Okay, that's the reason. Rambam. I explained they can stand it, but stand by the mezuzah, even though he's supposed to have it by the door, in order not to completely eliminate the pasuk b'shat pasuk. By the time the Sifrim Parshas it says in Sifrim the B'yom Rotzin you can only do it during the daytime. The love of light can't pierce the other night. But Doris will see because we learned out from that which is in front of us. Well, I came in the Chimut Savchos Davar Zeh Hayoim. I'm just going to do this thing today. Tzach beer. Not clear what applies to Ritzia Damarak. That's written by Hanukkah, by the gift given to Nebi on his departure. Nearly Dachi Berusha. Arukh HaShulchan says this is what it means. I'm giving the departure gift. It's not relevant to say during the day, not at night. By the Basayim Karakai must go in the subsequent pasuk. Which is talking about piercing. You know, see, like it says afterwards, for you have a gomer kachler samatzeh, it'll be come to pass, and you'll take the all because. Kufsan, but Dosh goes up to if the Evet says, he says. At Shomar Vishnus, to say it and repeat it. Evet Shomar Shveli, to say while it's still a slave. Avayomar Achashe should be said after 6 years that he loves his master in his household and doesn't want to leave. Eino Nirtzat Shomar V'yishna B'sov Shesh, he doesn't camp too late. Can't be just pierced until he says it and repeats it at the end of 6, B'tchias with the Rochmana, as he begins to work to defray the last pruta of his balance. If there's left for that day the value of a pruta from the price of his sale or a little bit more, left, it's too late. So we say after 6, but you have to make a very careful cheshbon of this. For lower baby also not too early. So lower baby not too much before the end of the time. It says I will not go out free until he says it at the time when otherwise he could leave. If this ever had a shivcha k'nais v'lomi men abanim, and he had children from the shivcha k'nais rabo any shabanim, and his master had no wife and children, and on the inside he doesn't get pierced. See, if chav espi secha has to love you, he loved you, the master, and your household. Nearly the bunny of the rabbo lav dafka. As the husband doesn't really have to have, the master does not really have to have kids. The rak beischa ksiv, it says beischa, and the beischa zoishto. Beischa means his wife. So if the master has a wife and children, whoever any shemaim, whoever does not have a wife and children, and it's also going to see it. I love my master, my wife, and my children. By Ishto Kananis guy, it's going on his wife, who is a Shivcha Kananis, who went out on her children. But he also Elam Shaychus Imo, because he leaves, not going to be connection with them anymore. Yishar Metzadon, they remember the man, they mean by the master. You see, Yishar Ladal, it says like the wife and her children will be for the master. Who will have us Rabbo? Probably if he loves his master does not love him, he doesn't get his ear pierced. Shemar says, Kitov lo imach, it's got to be good for him with you. This we learned, this, what's the word, in this context. Shemar lo rabo tov liyosim ha'evet, u'le'evet tov liyosim rabo, they're both good to be with each other. V'chenim rabo avo, so to his master loves him, but his rabbi doesn't love his master. And Yosef doesn't get his ears pierced. But first Yosef is more explicit. You see, it says because he loved you. From the previous pasuk of Happias, Adoni, etc. Who cholet v'rabo eno cholet, his master, he's sick, or his master is not sick. Vice versa. His master is sick and he's not sick. Oh, shishneim ol cholim, or they're both sick. There's no piercing. They should be not just good with each other, but be good unto on themselves, not sick. The Ram writes, what's it? Someone sells himself, or someone sells a basin. Somebody who sells himself, ain't on the outside, doesn't get his ear pierced. Basin, so a basin, yes, and the ear is pierced. Somebody who sells himself is also to marry Shulchan. Machru basin is a basin sold him, Rabba Muslim. His master can't give him Shulchan. Somebody who sells himself can be sold to a non-Jew. Machru basin, and be sold a basin, and he can only be sold for a Jew. John says, your brother will be sold to you. Ain basin mochin, so elo lecha. Basin can only sell them to you. To you meaning to Jew. Yes, if he sell himself, he can sell himself for 6 and for more than 6 years. Basin and so basically can only be sold for 6 years. If somebody sold himself a money, he doesn't get a departure gift. Basin, if he was sold by basin, then Mamikilo gets a departure gift. Okay, so also writes in Piyah Shmua, we have a Masorah Lamdu that the which they learn. A woman doesn't get her ear pierced. Seems to be that case in the context of the pasuk as well. Because it says by the Nirtza, Hati said, I love my master, my wife, that's Banai, and my children. Again, so that what it says you should also do for your maidservant. It's not talking about this, it's talking about for Hanukah. Just like the mitzvah give Hanukah to an Ivri, Kach mitzvah Hanukah Ivri, so to it's mitzvah give Hanukah to an Ivri Akal Shona. But Odesh Kavanah said, Sherabez Aben Kanirza. Also, there's another point here, which is she doesn't serve the son, just like Nirza does not. So, Sif Kum to Gimel, like we saw previously. Kusar base ma. What is the departure gift? Because the Rambam writes, anybody sends away his slave, whether male or female, empty-handed, I raise over, but Lota say, he violates the Lota say. Shannon says, Lota Shechan Rekam, don't send him away empty-handed. But of course, in Niskola say, in the midst of the Pasuk said, you correct that lab with an assay. Shannon says, Hanek Tanik Lo, bestow upon him the departure gift. It doesn't matter if it goes out after 6, or goes out of Yovel, or Mizasana when the master dies. When she goes out with any one of these matters going out, obviously money or by her becoming mature, 12 years old, they get this this departure gift, the severance, as we say. If somebody goes out by defraying his balance, they don't get this severance gift. When you send them free from you, because this one was not sent free by you. The slave gave the rest of the money to the master for what else he would have had to work. And then he goes out. Even at the end of 6, the end of the Yovel, the master is not the one who sends him away. It's the Torah sends him away. The does not, but even the Eved makes no effort. But other Mishalcho, because there's a Torah, and the master sends because the Torah required him to do so. There's an active participation by the slave. Therefore, there's no severance. You bestow upon him from your sheep, your silo, your produce, and from your wine press. That's be things which are similar to these. Some of these things. Bracha machas hatzlam. They have a bracha unto themselves. Shein parim b'ravim because they are fruitful and multiply. Cholios b'hem bracha. They can't have a blessing. Can't have and vice versa. But money and garments and similar things, which are not going to have any ongoing return. In order to give from them to the Eved. Common nice little way to give him. Not less than 30 seller. Maybe mean echon. Maybe mean harbe when it's one type, many types. Just like the 30, which is the kesef, which is the knas of the Eved. if somebody kills an Eved. Shemar Kain Bodi Telan Rob, where it says that's what you give the master. Menshis Baruch Habayis Biglalo, whether the house was blessed on account of, in other words, enhanced on account of the slaves' involvement there. Klamar Shemishosha Balon on Nisasher, and from the time that the slave came to the master became enriched. On Nisasher, he became rich, made Lonis Baruch, or whether he was not blessed as a result, Manikim Lo, we still bestow on him. You can't Loman Amar Shebrach HaShem, that's why I say, if God blessed you. Means you can vary the size of the gift based on how much bracha you got. If you're very rich. Taylor Arbe, give him a lot. If not, live slave not less than 30 sah. Chaim Pasuk Ram Sham this Ram Pasuk. Being Barach, if the Evid fled, and Pagabal Yevuk Shebrach, and the Yovel occurred while he was still in a state of fleeing. Yosef goes free, but there is no bestowal of severance. It says, when you throw him, when you send him away. But Lo Shilcha, he didn't send him away. Baruch Me'atzu, fled on his own. A creditor of the Eved cannot get repaid for the obligations from the Noko. Shema Titain Lo. It's given to him Lo Ba'achov, not to his creditor. Ba'anoko Sham Rivria. Whatever gift is bestowed on Mavriya goes to the father. It's Yasa. And it's kind of an aside. But also, something which she finds while she's an Amavriya, it still goes to the father, not to the master. Anything which a minor woman acquires goes to the father. Father dies before the material comes to his hand. Belongs to herself. Her brothers have no portion of it. They don't inherit the rights of the father. No person cannot bequeath the rights he has in his daughter to his son. To die, you should know the sounds like the Baal Chov cannot take from the money which is received the severance even after the Eved acquires it. Rashi and Daftet Zion, Mashma the Rakadon and Mukhil Shine Baal Chov Midiv Nasser. Sounds only like the master does not pay directly to the creditor, even though normally would, because it's Shibuda the Rab Nasser. But when it gets to the actual hands, the Eved Mukhil Shine the Eved has to pay his master, his creditor. Because he writes, like Rabbi Nasser, since you're Rabbi Nasser, Asa lo afke. He comes and removes it. Writes previously there, the owner is not required to pay the Baal Chov on account of the Shibud Rab Nasser. Neither Gam B'Kavas Ram Kenu, it says also in the Rambam, the best servants everybody goes to himself, Baal Chov can acquire from it. Kavas means he can take it from the master, and the Baal Chov cannot take from the master. No, it's all one sentence. You can't let the Eved collect and then subpoena the Eved. Now, the ramification here is that you put a Baal Chov on a budget, so you let him keep whatever he needs to save himself. So here they might need it to arrange it for him as well, and therefore it doesn't go to the creditor. Or like post Baal Chov Acher, and then another creditor might seize, or in the meantime, creditor will use for himself. In any event, we're trying to get it out of the way of from the hands of the creditor. And that's it for now.